Oh, I didn't see you there. I am celebrating what is probably one of the most charming soundtracks of the entire year and possibly the last several years with the soundtrack of Astro Bot. Now you may be wondering, Marco, are you a PlayStation shill? And I would say yes. Yeah, well, no. What I would say is I have been so pleasantly surprised. I have to admit that when I first started seeing stuff about it, I was really uninterested because I've been playing PlayStation since I was 10 years old, and I've grown up with the PlayStation, and honestly, I miss Little Big Planet. I miss PlayStation All-Stars. I miss games that, I don't know, I just have never thought to myself, like, I really need a platformer on PlayStation where the character, like, it felt like a kind of a cash grab. And then I decided, well, it is my job to talk about music, and certainly, there's a worthwhile discussion here to be had with Astro Bot's music, surely. And as I started to play it, that's when I really uncovered the miracle that is Astro Bot, and the miracle that is just this wonderfully and lovingly crafted game experience that makes one smile from ear to ear. There have been dozens of times where I've been playing this game and I walk into an environment and I figure out a mechanic and I smile. Nothing is too difficult. It's very easy to find all your bot friends and the puzzle pieces. It's fun to explore the worlds that have been lovingly created. And the music has certainly been one extreme highlight. Now, I haven't finished the game completely, so I don't want to spoil myself too much, but one of the songs that I really love is, of course, this one, Astro. And so what makes that so fun? Well, you have a bounding melody, you have a bounding sense of rhythm and forward momentum, and it genuinely has a vibe of joy, a vibe of peace, a vibe of celebration, a vibe of enjoyment. That's like weirdly hard to find. You know, games these days, not always, and of course we have an entire system from Nintendo that celebrates joy and laughter and, you know, being peaceful and calm and fun. But this game doesn't take itself too seriously, and the music represents that. Astro especially feels like the calling card musically for our lovely little avatar as we fly and jump and become different things and use a backpack made of a dog that boosts itself and punching gorillas in the face. There is something so bright and warm and welcoming about this piece of music, especially, that just is awesome. Another one, of course, where you spend a lot of time is the crash site. And it has this Western quality to it. With that guitar and a little bit of that bouncing quality in that instrument. Can't remember the name of it. And then we pick up into this real rodeo song, Wild West. Some Ennio Morricone in there. With the muted trumpet. Oh. And the vocals. Again, we're bouncing everywhere, and this is really symbolizing the playfulness in this piece. So the rhythm never changes. The bounding energy of that rhythm and the instrumentation with the guitar and stuff, that never goes away. But what we add is different instruments that are all sort of doing the same rhythm and melody, and it's like inviting everybody to the party. It's like enjoying the experience of basking in the sun and celebrating with your friends. There's other tracks in here that are awesome. I mean, the Gorilla Boss Bite It was awesome. And the thing about so many of these tracks is how singable they are. And again, there's a melodic focus, which makes it way more fun for us as players, especially as we're doing these levels over and over and over. Sometimes they're going back to collect bots or puzzle pieces that we may have missed. There's an element in here of joy and of catchiness that allows us then to retain like the level in our brain because we're implanting the melodic pattern. And this is the cool thing about video games and music. They are hand in hand. The experience connects itself to us because not only are we experiencing the visuals, but then we're also attaching it to the music and, especially in this context, the melody. Now, of course, you can listen to all this stuff on your own and maybe you'll get the vision of what the place was or something or other, but in general, these are also just really well composed pieces of music. They are bright, they are, again, effervescent, they're joyful. One of the other really cool things about this game is the wide variety of genres on display. For instance, quel fromage, which means oh what cheese. Listen to this. You know, you give yourself a little 20 swing almost. Again, I mean, the brightness and the choices of using these instruments that are so encouraging that sense of enthusiasm and that sense of discovery, so much fun. One of the coolest parts of this game actually was pop a tree into You Know What You've Got to Do. Into You Know What You've Got to Do. I'm sorry, but that's awesome. The amazing thing about that is that you're also getting stuff like Retro Rampage, which uses traditional like 16-bit, 32-bit soundscape. I mean, listen. And the reason I think this soundtrack is so cool, and I kind of hope that it wins Soundtrack of the Year, what's really cool about this is that we are recapping and modifying and remixing pieces from games in the PlayStation lexicon in this game. The most obvious example is Bot of War. I like that we're sampling the lower voices from God of War. That too, that's all the strings from God of War. right there. Boy. And then into this. That's amazing. I mean, that's amazing. To take an iconic melody that we've heard in a different IP, mix and match it, and put it into this one, obviously celebrating all of these IPs, is a dream. It's so much fun. Actually, I really quickly want to listen to Drake's Botchin'. Da da da. So it's like we got official covers for these awesome tracks from these incredible Sony IPs. I mean, gosh, you know, more than anything, it really makes me miss my childhood. It's obviously nostalgia bait to a degree, but who cares? I mean, like, Ape Escape was one of the games that I was like most obsessed with as a kid. I actually never got to play it, but I always really wanted to because I played the demo back when demo discs were a thing. Seeing Solid Snake and Psycho Manus and, oh god, that Cube game and like all these different mascots and avatars from, you know, my childhood and also all the way up to contemporary time. I mean, there's a reason why over here I have a PlayStation 1 that's broken down where you can see all the different characters that, you know, the IPs that made my childhood. Spyro, Twisted Metal, you know, Resident Evil to a lesser degree. It's just an amazing game. It's fun. It's just fun. And I think like it just doesn't take itself too seriously. And the music enhances that experience by allowing us to feel joy. Like the environments are so joyfully created and they feel so vibrant, but it's the music that adds the extra layer to really give it the spice of life that it needs. I mean, this game would be perfectly fine without music. But like, don't you hear Astro Bot's character come through in the music even more because of the music? The music helps us to connect to Astro Bot. It allows us to connect to these characters, to God of War. So the callback would be cool regardless. But the fact that we're hearing that theme from God of War and God of War Ragnarok, it brings extra joy to it. And that's ultimately what this is. A lesson in joy, a study in joy, and a soundtrack made with joy. And it's awesome. And I loved it. And I'm going to keep playing it and finish it. And then I'll probably do another video because there's going to be more tracks that I haven't listened to yet that I want to talk about. Hope you're having a great day, and I will see you later. Bye.